First off, I just want to say, man, this is fucking crazy. I've wanted to meet you for so long. Thanks for having me on.
Thank
It's
you for
faster,
saying
by the
that.
way.
Thank you.
So for the past 5 to 6 years, I've had a really bad problem being emotionally unavailable with my parents and not really having an emotional connection with them. Especially my dad. Like for my mom, it's the connection. It's good, but definitely can be better. But for my dad, I haven't had an emotional conversation with him for a few years now. And like my parents, they recently divorced, which has been making it kind of worse. Yeah, honestly, like man, I don't know what to do. It just seems like so uncomfortable having any kind of conversation with them. Like any kind of conversation that has like an emotion in it, and it breaks my heart because like I love them and like I'm super grateful for them.
Mm. Why does it feel so uncomfortable to speak to him?
Pardon me?
Why does it feel so uncomfortable to speak to your father?
I don't know. It's just like I don't like feel a connection with him. Like I guess like he didn't play with me as a kid, and I think that might have something to do with it.
Mm.
I got to think about that. And he recently I don't know if I should be saying this, but
Mm. How did you handle it?
honestly I don't know. I guess just by like isolating myself, and like at about that time I started taking self improvement really seriously. And it could have been one of the reasons why I just want to focus on self improvement. Like I kind of like stopped hanging out with my friends. Just like all I did was like wake up 5 a.m. Just like grind, like do like any kind of self improvement stuff to I don't know, like kind of to distract me, but also like I really want to start doing it, but I just um like I never could stay consistent for some reason. So maybe that's like one of the like that happening with my parents is like one of the reasons why I kind of just like shut everyone off and started doing that.
Mm.
Like isolating myself is like I guess it's always kind of been something that I did to cope with this. Like I remember when I was about like 11 or 12, I just didn't want to like go home for some reason, and I just like I like took the bus around for like hours just to like avoid like going home. Yeah, and I've just had like other instances of like self isolation at like different points in my life, just like doing different things like hiding in my room, playing video games, just like doing whatever to distract myself.
Mm. Is your father not living in the house now then?
It's a weird situation. Like my parents, they bought a new house with like different sections, and my dad lives in one section, and my mom lives in the other with me.
Okay. So even today it feels just awkward to speak to him.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you why, but
Do you love him?
yeah, because like he's my dad. Like he's done so much for me, and like I'm really grateful for that.
Do you tell him these things?
Yeah, yeah, occasionally, but like saying that kind of stuff, like saying like I love you. Like my family just says it all the time, and it's been like normalized for a while.
Mm.
But it's like I say that, but like I never show it.
How could you show it to him?
I guess just by like spending more time with him, like asking him like how his day went and stuff. Just like talking to him more, like trying to have like a deeper conversation. Because everything for like the past like few years has just been really like surface level with him.
Yeah. So getting into conversations often doesn't really help men. We don't often bond just from conversation. We bond from challenge and a mission. So maybe the reason why it feels a bit uncomfortable, like, you know, your dad feels kind of like a stranger. Maybe there hasn't been a mission that you've went on together recently. Maybe that's something that we could come up here to think of one, and you could invite him to join you on this mission. You know, like, you imagine when you're younger, you know, the father teaches the boy how to catch the ball, and, you know, all these things, and that's where not only the love and the father-son bond is created, but also where a bunch of conversations and a lot of understanding for each other comes in, and all those lessons come in. When you get to a certain age, like, we just stop doing that, and then we wonder why we feel so distant to our parents. Maybe because it's now time not for the father to bring the mission to the son, but the son to bring the mission to the father.
Yeah, that definitely could be like I can't really think of anything like a mission that we've ever really done. Like he used to like help me practice baseball, but that was a while ago, and like we used to like go on like bike rides sometimes, but that was like years ago as well.
Does he like going to the gym?
He he hasn't been to the gym. No.
Do you?
Yeah, definitely.
Why don't you take him with you? Take him with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, good. Like I remember like 6 or 7 years ago, we went to the gym a couple times.
That could be an awesome thing you could do together. You could take him to the same gym. You train together. He spots you, you spot him. It feels really wholesome. Growing together, you have this shared goal. Both of you know the same things. You can now, you know, afterwards get like the protein shake, or you know, make some meal with a bunch of meat or something at home together. So you still have, there's a lot of you could bond with, and you can share some milestones together. He hits, you know, 1 plate bench, 60 kg, 100 kg bench or something. You're hyping him up, and it's like, you know, because in that kind of environment, it wouldn't be abnormal for you to, for example, like, fist bump your father and congratulate him. Whereas in most other environments, you probably wouldn't really do that. Like, you probably wouldn't walk into your kitchen like, "Oh, what's up, Pop?" How does that sound?
Oh, pardon?
How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. Like I know he was thinking about going to the gym, so that could 100% be something that we do. Yeah, thank you, man.
You're welcome. Why don't you just ask him today? Why don't you just ask him, like, you know, you were talking about joining the gym. Why don't you just start coming with me and we can train together? I would probably guess that he would be taken aback by that like request that you're saying. He would genuinely find that like the most exciting thing ever. Like, the night before you're going to the gym, he'll have his clothes like laid out ready, as if, you remember when, before we were going to a field trip, and you'd be like ready, you're so excited through the night and everything, you got your clothes ready. I bet he'd be doing that. I bet he'd already be visualizing like how it's gonna go, and he's gonna have this sweet bonding moment. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, 100%. Like we've never done something like that before, so yeah, for sure. No, that'd be great, bro. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And like just another quick thing, kind of relating to like the emotional unavailability is like it's kind of happening with like my friends as well. Like I think it started off with my parents, and then it slowly got worse, and now it's kind of happening with like me and my friends. like one of my best friends. Like I've kind of seen our relationship just like deteriorate. He's like an amazing guy. Like I love him, but like there just hasn't really been something there. Like no real emotional connection.
Hmm. Was there that kind of connection previously?
Yeah, for sure. Like we both really bond over like working out and business and all that. And like we still like kind of talk about that stuff occasionally, but it's always just like kind of a dry conversation.
Hmm. Have either of you changed quite a lot so that you're no longer very compatible?
Yeah, I'd say I have just because like I've been taking self improvement a lot more seriously, and I've just become I've become super passionate about like creating content, and like I have this podcast. I just work on my podcast all the time. Like I've become more passionate about that than like the business that we had in common before, and like that could be one of the reasons.
Hmm. I think it's natural for young men to slowly separate from each other, especially when one guy gets onto self improvement and, like you said, you were grinding hard, you were waking up early, doing all these things. So you're going to change quite a lot, and then this connection comes when you are quite similar with someone. It seems like you've kind of lost that with your friend. So either to bring it back, maybe you'd have to become more similar to him and maybe slow down on the self improvements, or maybe he'd have to speed up alongside you.
Hmm. And like I think that's something that's probably gonna happen for him because like he is just a kid, and like I think he's more focused on just like having like like a fun time as like a young guy, like going to parties and stuff. But I can definitely see him like turning around and like getting more into like self improvement eventually.
Hmm. Have you tried getting him on him?
Yeah, but it's not really his thing. Like I guess you can say like he's not really like the type of guy to like really be into self improvement. Like he just like really grew up well. Like always had like great self esteem.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. All of this stuff that we do here it's hard enough, isn't it? It's trying to manage everything and the mental health stuff and the gym and all of the other things that we have to do or that we can do to improve. It's hard enough even when you really want to do these things. And so to try and bring all this to someone who doesn't really want to do it, at that point it's just like, I've personally never seen it done before. The amount of like guys who have tried to ask me for advice on how to get their friends onto self-improvement, and unless their friend is already like really wanting to, but if their friends are just kind of like normal guys who are just enjoying life and everything and they don't really care about these things, I've never seen it been done before. Because you're trying to convince someone there's a problem and they don't feel it. If you know a friend right now who hates his life, who already, for example, is going to the gym, and you now want to bring him to meditate, okay, it's a bit easier. We can teach him these things. You can show him a video or something. But if there's like someone who's genuinely just kind of like happy and content with their lives, and then here's you telling him like, no, but you don't understand. Like, so every time you do it, you reset your streak, and then once you go back, like, just leave him alone, bro. Like, he's happy without this stuff, bro. Like, I wish I could be like him, bro. So I commend you, I respect you for trying to get him to, hop on self-improvement and stuff. I'd say maybe the easiest thing you can do, very similar with your friend as well, see if he'll come to the gym with you. It's the easiest thing you can get a guy on based on self-improvement is don't try and get the huge commitment from him to like, train every day or anything, but more like a social event. Ask if he'll come to the gym with you like tomorrow at 9 a.m. for example, and we can go as friends and we can laugh at stuff. And then if you just ask as if it's this one time, 3 times a week, then he's literally just a guy who's now going to the gym on a workout routine, which is awesome. So I'd probably go about it that way.
Yeah, for sure, and just find something like you said, it's kind of like a mission that we can do together.
Absolutely.
That'd be great, man. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, Samuel. Thank you for coming on the call.
Well, thank you so much, Hamza.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
Take care, bro.
You too.
Bye-bye.